I was shopping in a tank top when a woman demanded I be fired for my outfit. The manager's reaction wasn't what anyone expected. Last weekend, it was unusually warm for this part of the country. Like, uncomfortably warm for a place that's normally pretty mild. I was wearing a tank top and some jean shorts, so I had a lot of skin showing. Nothing indecent, though, just bare arms and legs, and I might have had some cleavage showing. My husband and I were planning to have a barbecue for some of his work friends later that afternoon, so I went down to the grocery store to pick up a few final items we'd forgotten. The store was absolutely packed with people trying to beat the heat and grab cold drinks. Everyone was dressed for the weather. Tank tops, shorts, sundresses, you know, normal summer clothes. I'm making my way through the aisles with my little basket, enjoying the air conditioning when I get to the canned goods section. So I'm standing there looking at the beans, trying to do mental math about how much we'd actually need for 8 people, when I feel this tap on my shoulder. I turned around to come face to face with an older lady who was definitely overdressed for the weather. Like, full sleeves, pants, the works. She looked miserable in all those layers. I ask politely, "May I help you?" And she replies with this tone, "Don't you think you're dressed appropriately for this job?" I was genuinely confused. Like, what job? I'm just shopping. So I replied, "Well, yes, but I'm not at my job right now. I work in a hospital as a lab technician, and we have pretty strict dress codes there, obviously." She scoffed and said, "Well, we'll see what Dave has to say about this." Apparently Dave is the manager and a friend of hers, so she races off to find him. I'm just standing there looking at beans, still trying to figure out how much we need, wondering what the hell just happened. Just as I put a couple cans into my basket, the lady comes marching back down the aisle with who I assume is Dave, wearing a manager-type apron. She's pointing at me like I'm some kind of criminal and saying, "Do you let your employees wear things like that? It's shameful." Dave looks at me, and I can see him trying to place my face. He starts to look at me like he knows me from somewhere, then shakes his head and tells the lady she doesn't work here. But this woman is not having it. She looks between me and Dave and tells him, "Of course she works here. I've seen her stocking shelves and working at the register multiple times. It's absolutely shameful that you allow her to dress like that on the floor." Dave looks at me again, then I swear I can see the light bulb moment. He takes his walkie-talkie and calls for someone named Linda to report to aisle 7. The lady is still going off about my outfit when Linda appears. I was completely shocked. This girl looked exactly like me when I was back in high school. Same hair color, same build, same facial features. It was like looking at a time machine photo of myself from 10 years ago. And I could tell from her expression that she was having the same weird moment, getting a glimpse of what she'd look like in a decade. Linda walks up asking what's going on, and the lady quietly mumbles, "My mistake," and starts to slink away. But apparently she couldn't resist getting one last dig in, so she turns around and tells me, "Do you actually go out in public like that? That's just wrong, tempting men with your nearly naked body." I'm married, by the way. The only man I need to worry about tempting is my husband. And honestly, that's not exactly a challenge. Dave was so amazed by the resemblance that he had me and Linda pose together for a picture. We were both laughing about the whole situation by then, and even some other customers stopped to stare because the similarity was just that striking.